Hi everybody, it's Mark Messier, and you're listening to Blueshirt
Underground Show,
the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in and find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers!
Blueshirt Underground, motherfucker!
TFBS Ranger fan, TFBS Ranger fan. This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Blueshirt Underground Show. Today is Wednesday. It is December the 3rd. Christmas is only 3 weeks away. My name is Jim, and as always, I am joined on the other side of the window by the incomparable, the uncontested, the undisputed heavyweight of Ranger podcasting, Edward Cassius Geik. Good evening, Eddie. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I mean, I'm very ecstatic. I hope all is well with you. We're getting close to Christmas and New Year's.
It's fucking freezing outside.
Yeah, but I mean, it's December. I don't know. My local forecast guy was like, "Oh, winter's coming early." I'm like, "It's December." I mean, this is when it's supposed to be cold. But yeah, it's as you get older, you don't like the cold as much.
No.
You've been in warmer climates.
Indeed.
So this is like
really cold.
Yeah, really cold.
And I have to preface, like, when I come in the house and I say it's cold outside, and I'll always have to say, I don't mean it's just cold for me. It's cold. It's really cold.
Yeah.
Because the girls always tease me that it's like 55 degrees outside, and I'm like, it's freezing.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I have like these long shorts. They're not jorts, but they're like these long. And I actually wore them today, and I was actually up early for me. I left when the wife left to go to work around 6:30 in the morning, which is unheard of. I did it the last 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
The crack of 6.
Well, I got a big. I'll be honest. I mean, we'll get into the hockey in a couple seconds, but I got to be honest. I got a big show coming up. Like, it's probably like the biggest show of my career on a Thursday, December 11th. On Thursday, and I'm very concerned. Will I have the endurance that I need? Because I'm not Perry Como up there and like basically lifeless. For a big man, I do move around a lot, and
You're animated.
I'm animated, but a lot of a lot of time I'm exasperated by like the 6th song. I'm like running out of gas. So now I've been going to the gym in the morning and hitting the treadmill. And
nice. Good for you.
I'm like Rocky.
Right.
And so I've been doing that and enjoying the people that I see in the morning people, which I usually don't break bread with. Although, whatever.
You'll do it. You'll get through it.
Yeah. I want to get through it. I want to be
the ultimate confidence in you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So yeah, so that was that. And so and we'll get into on the way back, baby. At the end of the show, I'll tell you on the way back, I had a story about coming back from the gym and all this stuff. But anyway,
Okay.
the New York Rangers, for all their frustration, what have they won? 4 out of the last 5?
4 of the last 5
I mean,
since that 3-game road trip.
it's almost like a Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, although I think we get,
You know, I think I think part of the problem is that, yes, they've won 4 out of 5. And yes, they've beaten 2 very good teams. Albeit, you know, both of those teams a little banged up. But, you know, we've been saying it for years. What did Roger Nielsen used to say? It's not who you play, it's when you play them.
that's right.
I'm not here to apologize for the Carolina Hurricanes injuries or the Bruins injuries or the Dallas Stars injuries. The Rangers have won 4 out of 5. I think that what's tempering the enthusiasm is that gigantic turd they laid over the weekend against Tampa.
Right.
That was just hideous nomo. I mean, that was horrible, hideous, awful.
It was they reverted back to their old ways of, what'd you say, boring, bad, and
boring.
Bad, boring, and flaccid.
Yes. Flaccid. Yes. That's right.
What they have 6 shots in one period, 4 shots in another against a team.
12 total shots, 13 total shots now.
13
2 in
total
the first
shots.
period, 4 in the third period.
On a Tampa Bay team that was completely no Braden Point, although he's not having a great year, but still a force. I don't know Victor Hedman. No Victor Hedman. It was.
Plus, they lost Adam Fox in that game, which makes
Oh,
that,
yeah.
which makes that even worse. And
what a cataclysmic loss. And it's from which we've said on the show and everybody knows that defense hasn't really been chipping in. Although I will say, this Gavrikov, what is going
Russian
on,
rifle,
Jim?
the new Russian rifle.
This what is him in front of the net? Susie too last night in front of the net. What's going on?
Oh, say can you Susie, or say can Susie, or whatever it is I say. Anyway, Gavrikov is already 1 goal away from a career high.
Say it ain't so. Well, say it is so. Yeah, I mean that is very interesting. I mean that he's been able. Was he have 5 or 6 goals?
He's got 5 goals, 7 assists. His career high is 6.
Him and Taylor Radish have the same amount of goals.
Yes, the great.
Yes, great. Yes. Taylor Radish.
Taylor Voros.
God, I don't know. He was out on that second power play unit. Yeah, it was pitiful. I was like, okay,
you could. I'm sorry. You could talk. You could talk about what Sully's done with this defense, and he has done a excellent job.
I think he's done a pretty good job
at revamping this team defensively. But Connor Sherry out there on a power play is coaching malpractice. That is coaching malpractice. Come on.
Did you? Yeah, I'm listening. Yes, I agree with you. Did you see Maloney pumping up Connor Sherry on that 1 goal? He made a great pass. The presence of mind. All he did was bounce it off the boards. Right. I thought he made like a spinorama the way he was pumping him up.
Talking about him like he's Datsuk.
I know exactly.
Yeah,
but as JD said when we won the Stanley Cup, rejoice, Ranger fans. Have a glass of milk. That win last night after the turd, as you so well put it, that they laid against Tampa was a glorious win. I think probably the best win. You've got Dallas, really good team. Really good on the road. Really good on the road.
Second best team in the league on the road behind the Rangers.
The Rangers, who are not so hot at home. And the Rangers took care of business. They got over 40 shots, folks. 40. So I guess the question is, and I think Gavrikov brought this up in the post game, or the person interviewing him did. Is the bar raised now? Is it like we can play this good? And can we deliver this every night or most nights? Or is this just kind of like a one-off?
I'm not raising any bars.
You're not raising the bar?
Not raising any bars.
So you're do you have cautious optimism at least?
I don't want to get, I don't want to piss in anybody's Cheerios, but I also don't, I'm not planning any parades because this team is still out of a playoff spot and everybody in the conference has at least a game at hand on them. Some teams have 3. There are some things that you can point at. You can point at the road record. You can point at the fact that they have, they're up there among the conference leaders in regulation wins. That's, something. They are on the plus side of goal differential, which is good. I believe, I don't remember what they finished last year, but it wasn't good. They have climbed over some teams, but again, the only team that does not have games at hand on them is Boston. Everybody else has 2-3 games at hand. So
but I'm not really talking about the place in the standings. I guess I'm talking about, again, I'm with you. I'm just posing this to our awesome fans and people out there. When you see an effort like this, I know we're always very skeptical of the Rangers, and we've got to see it to believe it over a couple weeks.
Well, yeah, and
well, I was
there's Narcotics Anonymous, there's Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm in Rangers Anonymous, and we just take this one day at a time. Just take one day at a time.
One day at a time, okay.
One day at a time. That's all I'm doing.
Well, I was very interested to get your take because last week I asked you, do you see this team like making the playoffs or getting better? And you're like me. I didn't really see it. I'm just wondering, with a win like that, sometimes fans and people who actually know the game might say, well, 4 out of 5 ain't bad, to quote Meatloaf.
No.
I mean, they beat Carolina again, which Rod Brindamore's got to be like, what the fuck? First of all, they threw up clown coaches against them, and he couldn't beat them. Now they got a good coach, the Rangers, but now the team is like,
John Riggs, it works if you work it. So work the program.
Yeah.
Rangers Anonymous. As I think the Rangers have Ottawa, Colorado, and Vegas. 3 and 4 nights. And this schedule is just
it's
absurd. I mean, come on. Did we really have to play? Do we really need a full schedule if you got to take 2.5 weeks for the fucking Olympics? Do we really have to subject the players to, constantly 5 games in 7-8 nights? I mean, this is a tough game. I mean, this is a physical game. This is
Look at all the injuries this year.
Right.
I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but
not just on ice. Off ice, there's been some weird injuries. Guys are getting burnt at barbecues.
Got barbecued.
Jack Hughes stabbing himself with a fork at Beefsteak Charlie's. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Jack Hughes, West Side Story, having a night fight. Night fight. I don't know what to. Yeah, there's been off the ice, on the ice, like a lot of guys. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of him, but it seems like a lot of goalies getting hurt. Kind of Hellebuck is out. It's been on and off. And
Jonathan Quick is hurt. Adam Fox, as we mentioned, is hurt. Tyler Seguin got hurt last night in the game. I don't know how badly, but it didn't look good when it happened.
No. I secretly kind of was glad because we don't need that guy scoring against us.
What's that?
I said I was kind of secretly happy because I was like, this guy ain't going to score against us. When their best players go out, I'm sorry. I feel bad they're hurt, but not really. Hope they get better for the next game.
Right.
But
so, yeah.
Personnel-wise, the Rangers still haven't improved, which is the main reason I can't get too excited, is they're still marching the same clowns out there. But I got to give Sullivan his due. He's got the team focused, and they haven't quit, which, again, I wouldn't expect a team to quit after 30 games or so, but I saw it last year with the Rangers. So,
yeah, by now they were toast.
yeah, exactly.
The GM had detonated the team. The letter was out. The players were miserable. The coach was miserable. The only one celebrating was Sam.
Yeah, he was doing his farewell tour.
Right. He was getting cakes and wines and jerseys.
He likes that apricot stuffing his wife makes.
Well, yes, apparently so. I saw that.
I've never had that. Have you ever had apricot stuffing?
I am a sausage stuffing.
You love that? That's your jam?
That's how we roll. Yeah.
Oh, Joe, that apricot stuffing.
Oh, apricot stuffing. Anyway,
AD's response was so funny. He was like, I go right for the pumpkin pie. He was like, I don't care about anything. I like a good homemade pumpkin pie. Man, you see Greshner in that? Could you?
Yes.
He's even now self-deprecating with his little gut there.
Yeah. Yes, I did see that video.
I'm starting to feel bad now. I gotta say, I'm gonna have to end my my little feud with him.
Oh, really? Detente?
Detente. I mean, he's getting old there, and
Let bygones be bygones. Pretty. Wow.
But going back to the other thing, don't you think we spend like every year talking about how bad the schedule is? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, yes, but in previous years, what we've seen is where they'll play 5 games in 7 nights, and then they'll play 1 game in a week. Then they'll be off for 5 days for no reason, and then they'll come back and play a game, and then they're off for another 3 days.
Hey, Connor, how are you? Oh, go ahead. Yes, that's true. They'll play a lot of games, and then they're off for a week. Like, who makes this schedule? There's nothing to watch.
But I mean, this is really, I mean, it's condensed, and you see it. I mean, we're just past Thanksgiving. The Rangers have played 28 games already, and like I said a few minutes ago, they're getting ready to play 3 and 4 nights, and then they're off for 2 days. Then they play Chicago. They're off for 2 days again. Then they play 3 games in 4 nights again, and then 4 games in 6 days leading up to Christmas, and then it just starts all over again. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be taxing on these players, and you see it. You see it with the injuries. I know with this Adam Fox injury, I guess it's from what I read, Braden Schneider time. Now we're going to see what Braden's made of. I think he'll be pretty much
minutes last night. I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah, he's a good defenseman. I don't know if he certainly doesn't have the offensive talent, but he definitely could. Now, did they switch sides on that first pairing? Is Gavrikov on the other side? I don't pay attention to this, but I think I did notice that. Can anybody confirm or deny that?
I think Schneider was playing on his offside because he's done it before.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. Again, I don't pay a lot of attention to that either.
Like the defensemen are always in there. Like I notice what side they're on, but I don't know.
You notice the defensemen more when they're out of place than when they're in place.
Yes.
But no, Schneider got a lot of minutes last night. They tried out this new strategy of 5 forwards on the power play. And I did think the power play got better as the game went along, although they did go 0 for 5. And they had that 4-minute power play, which they did get a lot of shots on goal, but just nothing in the net.
Yeah, the power play is certainly going to suffer. It's been suffering all year. It's going to suffer with Adam Fox, with or without him.
No team can survive without their power play quarterback. That's just how
No,
it is.
you've got to find. They got to find a way. It's going to be a tough road to hoe, and it looks like it's going to be a long time.
Well,
They're
they're saying
2
week
months.
to week and reevaluate at Christmas. So who the hell knows what that means?
I think it's going to be like 2 months.
Well,
Maybe the break will help them. I mean, when is the Olympic break?
middle of
Happen.
February.
Yeah, it's just going to be tough. I will say I'm going to give my kudos while we're talking about the defense. I'm going to give my kudos to Matt Robertson. There was a guy you championed a couple of years ago, and it just didn't look like it was going to happen for him. He didn't look good in preseason, but he's looked very capable NHL player so far with the Rangers. Capable.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's outstanding. I'm just saying he's capable.
I think he's played. I think he's played well. The problem too with Matt Robertson at the time was that he's a lefty defenseman and he had a lot of guys in front of him. There was no place for him. He had a lot of guys in front of him, and there was just he had Keandre Miller in front of him, and he had Fox in front of him, and where was he going to fit? And the Rangers just love their older, slow defenseman as in the sixth spot. So what were you gonna do? But now he's gotten a chance to play, and I think he's played well. Like Eddie said, he's not setting anything on fire, but
No, I thought he was going
he's
to
not
be
throwing any gas on the fire either. I mean, he's not hurting them back there.
No. If you can log 10 or 11 minutes and not screw up, that's great. That's all I want. I want a war of attrition on when it's fourth line versus third pair. That's what I want. I don't want any goals. I don't want to give up any goals.
Margaret, no bye week. On February 5th, the Rangers will play Carolina, and then they are off for 3 weeks, and then it is a real stretch. I mean, you go look at their schedule in March. They have 3, 6, 7, 10. They have 16 games in March. So it's going to be it's going to be a crazy pennant race, that's for sure, for anybody that's in contention.
And no team really has. It's wide open, but and so we're talking about. I was talking about the defense. We got Will Borgen came back into the lineup. The Borg. I'm trying to think. Was it Will Borgen that made a mistake last night? Well, anyway, I don't want to go over the mistake. I felt like there was a lot of breakaways in that game. There was a lot of odd man rushes down the ice.
Yes.
Some of them Dallas had that 3-on-1 and then couldn't score. That looked like a Ranger 3-on-1. Mikko Rantanen did nothing.
They had 2 3-on-1s.
Yeah.
In that game. Yeah.
Rangers just held on to the puck and just shot it. It looked like a total Ranger. Nothing 3-on-1.
Right.
I thought Shesterkin played well. And defensively, you got Borgen, and even Susie to a degree has not been the horror show that I thought he was going to be.
No,
I don't know what he was doing in front of the net on that goal. I have no idea.
Certainly better than last year.
Yeah.
After what I saw after they got him last year, I wanted nothing to do with this guy.
No, he was like another, what was it, Jack Johnson. We all wanted him out of here. We saw Jack Johnson, I think, went on to win a Stanley Cup that year.
Yes.
But kind of a slow guy. I don't know what these Ranger defensemen are doing in front of the net. Even when we had good offensive defensemen, they were in front of the net. Do you remember Keandre Miller being in front of the net?
No. Not really.
But I'm just saying, surprisingly, these guys are in front of the net at the right time. And I got to tell you, that Gavrikov goal was a nice goal. He had to kind of reach out for that, and he just placed it so perfectly. So I like this guy, Gavrikov. Let me ask you this, you guys, and I always...
He was exactly what they needed.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say that much.
When a Russian guy... All right, this is not what are we saying? This is not a no prejudice with this question intended. When a Russian guy in the press conference, the presser, can't say press conference, they don't have a press conference. They pick 3 guys, send them out there. When like a Russian guy speaks really good English, why do I feel that this could? I feel like he gets a +1 from me. Like he goes up because I feel like he took the time to learn the language. He must be a more... I know this is a weird, maybe one of my weird quirks, but I'm like Gavrikov talks really, really good English. He speaks the language well. Okay?
Right.
Whereas Panarin still needs an interpreter after 40 years being in the fucking league. Does that mean anything to you, or does that mean maybe it's just an old grumpier guy like, hey, you went in the country, learn the language?
There's a lot of baseball players like that too. These guys are in the league 10 years. They still don't speak, or at least,
well,
or sometimes I wonder if that's a dodge, if that's just a way of getting out of the interview. So I don't know.
Right.
It is what it is.
Okay.
What's up, Chris?
So you have no opinion on it. It's like none of it. It's like,
well, look, my hearing being what it is, I'm glad when I can understand anybody. I'm grateful for anybody.
Turns out to be a benefit.
I can understand.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed watching him be interviewed because he was pretty straightforward in what he was saying, and so Gabriel listens to SOD. Well, that's very cool too, man. Anyway, so yeah, I really enjoy. He's been really, well, we don't give Drury his props here, but as you said before, and I've kind of diminished it by saying, well, it was pretty obvious there was the only guy left, and they needed him, but he's been as advertised.
Absolutely.
Jonathan Riggs surmising that Panarin speaks English when it suits him. It's a total dodge when he doesn't. I probably do it too.
How much English does he speak when he's stealing girls' phones and running to his hotel room? Does he text them in English? You got to come to my room to get your phone back?
All is forgiven when you take a nice shot from the slot. And
all is forgiven.
You take a nice shot from the slot, and Gavrikov puts it home in overtime at home. Not all that is forgotten. I say that facetiously, but
at home.
Still.
They've now won 3 games at home.
Oy vey, break up the Rangers. Some home cooking. Since we never really talk about the positives on many shows, come on, let's go with this Noah Labas, really. I feel like he's a piece. Is he a piece?
I feel like he's
not a piece like that. I mean, is he a piece that we can have in the future?
Yeah, I mean, as a third or I don't know, maybe he grows into a second line player. I think he's, but to me my measuring stick is does a guy look like he belongs, and he looks like he belongs. I always felt like, that was something I really kind of first heard with Ryan McDonough when they first brought him up. And, so I don't remember who I was listening to and said, he looks like he belongs. And I don't, and that's kind of what I thought about Braden Schneider. It's what I thought about, that's what I think about Laba so far. He looks like he belongs. We'll see.
Because, I consider Cooley a piece. And he's obviously he's more of, he's a step above what Laba is right now.
Yeah, he's 2 years ahead of him, development wise, age wise.
Well, let me ask you this: is Adam Edstrom a piece? Because I feel like he's lost a little of his luster.
Really? I think he's still. I think he's going to be what he is, fourth liner. I don't think he's.
I feel like he misses Rempe.
Think so?
That whole fourth line, its aura, I feel, is
Misses his other skyscraper.
Yeah.
We all miss Rempe.
What's Edstrom's stats? Let me see what he's doing.
Rempe getting closer, as what they said on the.
Oh God! Stop with the
getting closer.
2 goals, 2 assists for Adam Edstrom in 24 games. He only plays 9 minutes a night, but still, I think the guy, because he's not so much a physical force, he should be a little bit more noticeable offensively. I know it's the fourth line.
He didn't play. Edstrom didn't play last night, right? He was scratched.
Did not see that. Maybe it was. I didn't notice him, so I probably didn't. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't see him on the game sheet. I don't. Yeah, he was scratched last night. Connor Sheary, though.
Connor Sheary, can't get rid of him. Well, he was benched, right, Connor Sheary, for a bit.
He missed the game, didn't he? That was one of the games he was scratched.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It pays to be married to the coach's daughter.
I think it was the Carolina game. He sat.
Yeah.
And that Carolina game, we touched on it briefly, but that was just not, like you said with Rob Rindenborg. I mean, Carolina outshoots the Rangers 38 to 18. Rangers had 4 shots on goal in the first period and took the lead and had the lead. And,
couldn't happen to a nicer fan base. They always have the superior.
Still love you in Carolina, don't they?
They always have. This year, they're not so much the superior team, but they're a better team than the Rangers. And they, by far, I would say, Mike Sullivan, kudos to you, but Rod Brindamore to me is, if I wanted to start an organization, he'd be the coach. I've got a little bit of a love affair with that guy as far as his coaching. He seems to get the most out of his team with the least. But he's just got to be shaking his head saying, how the hell? And those fans must be like, Rangers are coming to town. And first of all, their entire building is then infiltrated by Ranger fans. And all that hokey bullshit they do in Raleigh, with it's a power play. They're yelling it in the middle of a power play, and the cheaters never win, and that horn. Stormy the pig fucking doing that fucking horn, that hurricane warning thing, and all that cheese. And Rangers come in, completely get outshot. They look terrible, and they always come away with a win.
Right.
It's got to kill them.
Including two playoff series.
Yeah. And I was there when Georgiev faced 55 shots, so even the backups play well there.
Right.
So good for them. Like their coach. They got too many Finns on their team. That's why they keep losing.
No more Finns. Speaking of fans and fan behavior, I forgot to mention this when we talked about going to when we went to the game in Vegas. Do you remember what the fans do and what they do in the arena when the opposing team gets a penalty? Do you remember what the fans do and they play it on the scoreboard?
No, I forget.
It's this.
Shame.
Oh,
shame.
Yeah. And the crowd all chants, shame. Shame.
Shame.
That's phenomenal.
Shame.
Classic.
Shame.
That is phenomenal. If you don't know what that is, it's from Game of Thrones. but it's fantastic because they show that old woman up on the scoreboard and all the fans are doing it. They're just going, shame, shame, shame.
And it goes in with the whole medieval type of golden.
Right.
It fits perfect. Whoever came up with that is a marketing genius.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think, like, we were talking about how the Rangers handled business against Carolina, especially in Raleigh. Although I think last year they may have struggled there, but last year was just a struggle. Like, are any of my teams have something over another team? Like, I'm a Met fan. Do the Mets beat anybody, like, handily all the time? I feel like it's the other way around.
No.
The Jets don't beat anybody, so they throw that out. And then
Jets are hot, red hot.
oh, God. Yeah, they beat those Falcons. I'm not buying into anything. And
Rangers
I
lost
don't
all
follow
4 games.
basketball anymore. So
Rangers lost all 4 games to Carolina last year, by the way.
yeah, I remember that was what about the Giants? The Giants, is there a team the New York Football Giants beat?
Giants don't beat anybody anymore.
Patriots, right? Patriots?
Not the other night.
No, but I mean, like, when it counts. No?
They've had 6. I don't know. I don't know. You talk about a team that hasn't been to the playoffs once in the last 10 years. I don't know. They've had some playoff success against Minnesota. They've had,
All right.
Some
Maybe
playoff
it's not
success
the right climate
against
to be asking a giant question of you right now.
Green Bay. Recent. I'm talking about since 1980. They've had some success against San Francisco in the playoffs, although they've also had some disastrous moments against San Francisco in the playoffs. The Giants have only played Dallas in the playoffs once, but they did beat them, and that's all that matters. I don't know.
And even the Rangers, I can't really say historically they've owns series against certain teams. Remember when we couldn't win in Montreal when Hank? It was a house of horrors in there.
Right.
The Canadians.
Even Hank admitted it.
Yeah. It was terrible. But we did have a good streak against the Islanders for a bit.
Yes.
But that kind of goes back and forth. But so I'm still high from the win last night. I saw some good things. The Rangers have managed to get a lot of shots on net, which is a rare thing. They got a lot of second chances. Here was a stat they threw out. To me, I don't know. Is it, you have the same feeling that every time a Ranger defenseman takes a shot from the point, it never gets through? It's like always blocked.
Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot of them get through.
They are according to Steve Valiquette and his Hookie Faluki stat thing, the Rangers are the 4th best team at getting shots through from their point men, which astounded me.
Right.
Because I feel like every shot is blocked. One thing did annoy me in that game. And we've all complained about that. This thing. Why is Mika taking that one-timer from? It never works.
Everybody knows it's coming.
It worked once this season. I want to see the stats. I want Vagistat to come up with the stat. How everybody knows it's coming. It's always from like a really wacky angle. Stop.
Can't he try from the other side once in a while just to keep the goalie honest, keep the defense thinking? I mean, everybody knows once he goes over there, somebody's going to get him the puck for the one-timer. The goalie's always ready for it. Or he hits the side of the net. Or he misses the net. The no-timer.
The no-timer. It's the coach. And it's been multiple coaches. Can somebody just say, listen, buddy, I don't really want to mess with your jam offensively, but you know what? You got to try something different. You don't have a Brett Hull fucking slap shot, a one-timer. You're not Ovechkin. You're more like Love Chicken.
Right.
Right.
Speaking of last night's game, the Rangers' backup goaltender last night was recently signed and promoted, Spencer Martin.
Yes.
Spencer Martin last night was wearing number 41. Can you name the other two Ranger goaltenders who have worn the number 41? One was a fan favorite for his brief time, and one was a backup. And I did mention it in the group thread last night. So if you were in there,
I
you
did not.
know the answer. But I'm just saying some of our people here might know the answer.
Kevin Cosmo, going back to our thing, was we usually beat Buffalo. And remember the Mackenzie Skapsky?
Not last year.
Oh, that's right. But usually, remember the redheaded stepchild, Mackenzie Skapsky?
Yes. There's one.
Eddie Mio was 41.
Eddie Mio.
He was the fan favorite.
He was the fan favorite. Fans loved him. And that's only because his name was Eddie. And it gave them the chance 7 years after Eddie Giacomin was gone, gave them the chance to chant Eddie.
Chadwick did not like Eddie Mio.
Who didn't?
I don't know why.
Who didn't like?
Chadwick did not like
Really?
Eddie Mio. He'd be like, he's flopping around like a clown. And I liked Eddie Mio. Eddie Mio was kind of an acrobatic. He was like a middle of the road. He was like JD Jr. A lot of action, not a lot of and the best man of Wayne Gretzky.
Yes, and oddly enough, that this poorly pulled. This was the best I could clip this, but that Chadwick clip of him yelling Eddie was Eddie Mio.
Ah, I think it was Eddie Johnstone.
Oh, I thought it was Eddie Mio. Was it Eddie Johnstone?
Yeah, it was. He would have been like
mind.
Mio the clown.
Sure, it wasn't Eddie Hospodar.
The other guy, I'm gonna go with Terry Kleisinger.
No,
Yaroslav Halak.
Slammy 79. Salami. He got it. Yaroslav Halak.
Oh, that's
Spencer
recent.
Martin was only the third goaltender in Ranger history to wear number 41.
Spencer Martin. I feel
Martin.
like I should know that guy. Well, who was he on before?
He's played for Carolina and Anaheim, maybe, or Vegas. They mentioned last night what team. The only one I knew he played for was Carolina, Colorado, Columbus, Vancouver, Carolina. He's bounced around a little bit.
What's going on with Quick? What's his injury? I mean, not that you're going to know, but
he got hurt at the end of the game he played against. Was that Boston? I think he played. Did he play against Boston?
He hasn't played in a while. Let's see.
No, he played. Maybe it was the game before. I don't know. Whichever the last game he played was, he got hurt towards the end with about 3 minutes to go, and then he finished the game. They gave him time to kind of collect himself, and he did finish the game, but he hasn't been heard from since. And right after that game, they called up Garand, but they don't want Garand sitting around not playing. Maybe it was the Utah game. Was it that long ago already? That game was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I guess it was Utah.
They play so many games in a row that I can't even keep track of.
And maybe it was the Utah game. But anyway, and he hasn't been seen since. They called up Garand, but they want Garand playing, so they sent him back to Hartford and they signed Spencer Martin. And last night he was the backup. So,
all right. And wow. So I didn't know that. That's good. It's good trivia there.
Ranger trivia for you. It's what we do here. It's all part of the service we provide on the Blueshirt Underground show.
What else? So I'm trying to think what else. Dallas. What's Dallas going with Pete the Boring again? This is like their second trip with this guy.
Oh, Gullisman.
Oh, who's the coach of the? What did I say? Pete DeBoer.
Well, because at this point it feels like Pete DeBoer's coached every team in the league except the Rangers.
I hate that guy. Wasn't he the coach of the Devils when
Glenn Gullickson.
Wait, Bill Gullickson?
Yes,
Former
Bill
pitcher?
Gullickson. Yes.
Was he on the Montreal Expos?
Or as I was calling him last night, Brian Setzer. That dude's got like a big pompadour on his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like Brian Setzer.
Wow. Well, it's funny. A little bit like Brian Setzer. Brian Setzer's had some physical problems of late. He's got something going on with his hands and shit. He hasn't been able to play.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he started to play again, and he had to cancel a tour, and I think now it's okay. Pete the Boosh, the Boosh bag. I can't even say that. See? Cutter knows his baseball. Bill Gullickson. What? Was Gullickson a Yankee? I don't know. Look it up. I mean,
I'm going to the BSU Sports Desk,
did.
also known as baseballreference.com. Yes, he was a Yankee, 1987.
Wow.
4-2 with a 4.88 ERA.
4.88.
Yes.
He had the Topps card. That's how I used to know you baseball players back then. When I cared about baseball, folks.
Traded by the Cincinnati Reds to the New York Yankees for Dennis Rasmussen.
I remember that guy.
Bill Gullickson was a number 2 overall pick in 1977 MLB amateur drafts.
There you go. You're getting baseball knowledge as well.
Getting everything here tonight. Everything.
Football, baseball.
We got it all.
Hey,
You know what we haven't talked about? Because
curling?
well, yes, but also we didn't talk about Larry Brooks. We mentioned it at the viewing party because it happened in between, but we never talked about it on the show.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, you did a nice little
we did a
for
toast.
Larry Brooks at the viewing party. Very classy.
You know, we've lost a listener.
Yeah, I mean, how else now? We got to find out who else is stealing from us now in the papers, so we know.
My thing with Larry Brooks, you know, he was almost like Howard Stern. Like they used to joke, they want to see what he'll say next. You know, what if they hate him? Why everybody hated? I don't feel like anybody ever said I love Larry Brooks, but everybody read him. Everybody read him.
Kind of like Howard in a way, Howard Cosell.
Right. Guy covered hockey for 50 years. I mean, he knew his ass from his schmutz. There's no doubt about it. And I didn't always agree with him, but that's okay. I don't have to, you know.
A lot of times with the Rangers, your angst over the team will spill over into other realms, like the play-by-play announcers, the
commercials,
covering them. You know, it's just so frustrating being a Ranger fan.
The sponsors, fuck Lenox Hill Hospital,
fuck Northwell Health. You're like you're sick of it all,
right?
Because they drive you so nuts.
And Larry did provide a soundbite on an episode of Blueshirt Banner Radio at one time, which spoke to you on the streets outside the garden.
He did. When I was holding a fucking bullhorn at the Fire Sailor rally, acting like a maniac. He was at least respected what we were doing.
I don't have the clip. I could go find it, but I'm not.
It's okay.
But no. There's. I'll tell you who spoke very nicely of Larry Brooks, and that was John Tortorella. Right. And John Tortorella he said it's a shame that now that the man's dead, he said all everybody wants to show is the clip of me and him arguing, and he said there was so much more to Larry Brooks. He says, and that was just. He said that was just Larry doing his job and me doing mine. He says, and yes, sometimes we butted heads and sometimes there were no cameras around. But he said, he had nothing but nice things to say about Larry. He says, people should be, thinking about his family at this time. And, they've and all the people that, whose lives he touched. He says, all everybody wants to talk about is me and him arguing.
Right.
It's like, it's stupid. it was very nice what Tortorella said about him, actually.
Well,
But
Tortsy, I think he's a hell of a nice guy off the ice. Being a douchebag as a coach is just his MO as a coach.
right,
And we've heard it before. We heard it before when he was just an assistant with the Rangers, which I was at a game where he coached Colin Campbell, I think was the coach for the Rangers. And he was an assistant on the goalie. And Tortorella coached the game I went to in Boston. And we heard all kinds of things about him being a sweetheart of a guy. But then when he became a head coach, all of a sudden he became a tyrant. It was like Napoleon complex,
right.
And but off ice, we heard he was a total, like, he's big into the dogs. He's
Dogs,
a
yep.
big dog guy,
Right.
And so whatever that, that personality had, it's so going back to Larry Brooks. I guess since I started doing the show with you, I've kind of not really followed the beat reporters except for what you've told me. Like, oh, did you read what Larry Brooks said
Right.
during the show? I'm not a guy, and big thanks to Michael Silvers, who will post a lot of the Newsday articles and the Post articles and whatever articles that are out there. Whatever.
The Athletic, yeah.
The Athletic. I don't want to say Newsday. What is Steve Zippe still got like? I was a guy that, like, it always wavered because a lot of people thought he was a corporate shill, that he was basically a conduit between Sather and the public. Like, he was pumping stuff out, propaganda. I don't think that was always the case. What was your take on it?
I never really got that impression. I think part of the thing with Larry was that and I mean, when I say we, I mean as a society moved into social media and blogging and podcasts, and everybody's got a scoop, everybody's got an inside guy inside. I know this, I've heard this, and everybody's got an opinion. And these newspaper guys just they were the dinosaurs. And, I don't care whatever you thought of Larry Brooks. To me, he was the last of the real newspaper men that covered hockey in New York. I mean, there were so many of them over the years, and I count Steve Zippe among them, and Walt McPeak, who wrote. I think he wrote for the Daily News for a while, but he was also in the Star Ledger in Jersey, and John Delapina and Frank Brown, and Carpinello, another one. But and then some of the guys that were before them, like we were growing up, like Brooks is the last of those guys. And to me, he was, whether I agreed with him or not, he was must read, because I knew there was going to be something in there. I was going to read something I didn't know. I was going to learn something, or he was going to, or he was going to give me a little bit of history that maybe I didn't know, or whatever. So he's the last of those guys. And, you got Vince and Peter Baugh covering the Rangers for the Athletic now. And I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know why they have two guys covering the Rangers. But for right now, they are. And you got Molly Walker covering them for the Post. To my knowledge, I don't know. I don't read the Daily News because they want you to pay for it. I don't think anybody covers the Rangers for the Daily News anymore. Colin Stevenson covers them for Newsday. But, Larry was the last. He was the last of them. And he didn't just cover the Rangers. The Rangers were his focus. But, he was also, covering the NHL. So you were getting a lot of stuff from Larry. So, for that aspect, and again, I didn't agree with him, but I didn't always agree with him, but I never missed his column. Never.
How long did Larry cover the Rangers for?
Started in the late 70s. Then he worked for the Devils for a couple of years. He was their PR guy or something like that. and then I think he went back to the Post, and I think he covered the Rangers and the NHL. So
I never really had like a deep feeling about him. Like I never, I don't know. Like I guess because you're right. I think once digital media came out, the excitement about the paper and how we used to love the sports pages, and I still do it when I go. When I go to the convenience store, I go to my 7-Eleven every morning or afternoon. I still look at the back page of the sports, and I look at the headline, and if I'll flip a couple pages in, see what they're talking about. I still feel the need to do that. It's the excitement of the newspaper in the sports section.
right.
The front page, I give a shit. It's like same old fucking craziness. But sports, I love reading the short little headlines that they come up with that are like, they're really pithy. Some of these things that they come up with.
Yeah.
They had what's the Giants GM today? What's his name? First name?
Joe Shane.
Yeah, they were like Teflon Joe or some Teflon. Like they always have some fucking wacky back headline. I always laugh. What?
He's getting ripped, and he's going to get fired. I think.
Was he? I just want to, for my own edification, were they saying that his? Didn't he say something like the pieces are in place or something like that?
That was what he said last year.
Oh, okay.
This year there was none of that. Everything was, I understand your question, and we got to do better.
Well,
I think somebody else.
I understand your frustration, but that again, we're allowed to talk about anything, so I don't give a shit if we veer off into this. I think you got a character problem in your locker room, for what I could surmise. You've got guys showing up late for practice. I feel like,
well, I think more than character, I think you've got an accountability issue. How do you bench a player for being late, for missing whatever it was he missed, whether it was team meetings or therapy or whatever it was he missed, two times in 3 weeks, and you want to bench him and you want to call him accountable? Okay, fine. But then the GM shows up 20 minutes late while the press is waiting for his press conference. So it's like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I think what you have is an accountability problem. Yes, Pat Leonard, absolutely. He rips the Giants apart on a daily basis. And he really hammered Joe Shane yesterday. He covers the Giants now. Used to cover the Rangers when they had Rangers coverage in the Daily News. Then he moved over to the Giants. And he absolutely hammers the Giants. Well, and he hammered Shane in the press conference yesterday. And he's, yeah. Well, and I'll just tell my last thing on the Giants. If you want to watch, if you obviously like watching YouTube shows. If you're a Giants fan, you got to watch Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. His shows are really good. He's the guy on ESPN, I guess, in the mornings with DiPietro, but he also does his own.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know this
side thing on the Giants on YouTube.
He's an Islander dude, isn't he? I think he likes the Islanders.
I don't know, but he's with DiPietro.
Oh, okay. Maybe I got it.
Yes, stop coaching, Pat. That's the Pat Leonard. Yes, stop coaching, Pat.
Well,
Speaking of
I will say, while I was at the gym this morning, there was some, talking heads. I think the Chris Canty, is that the guy's name?
Chris Canty, yeah, he used to play for the Giants.
Yeah, and a couple other guys, and they were like talking about and this could be any sport. This could be the Rangers. You got a guy that's missing practices, right? In the old days, do you think a player would say, like they've been talking about Dexter Lawrence should lead by example and say, listen, knucklehead, I'm picking you up. We're driving in together. Okay? You're sitting in the back seat. And kind of say, listen, you're not missing practices.
Right.
And taking that kind of initiative. But I think that kind of like in today's day and age, it doesn't work like that. These guys are taking limos. They're not driving in together.
Right. They're coming in with their entourages.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different
Andrew
thing.
Conforte says that Dave Rothenberg is a huge Rangers fan. I really don't know because I never listened to them. So I only watch Dave's YouTube show about the Giants.
Yeah, and DiPietro's not bad. Remember when he sold hot dogs at the fan appreciation night?
Yes.
That was he couldn't fulfill his contract in net, so they made him sell hot dogs. Another reason the Islanders will always be a fifth-rate organization.
Right.
I saw the Islanders' wives were around at the local Toys R Us doing something. Toys R Us, it's been out of business for you, but there's a lot of Islander stuff on my local channels. Anyway, yeah, so Larry Brooks is, he's going to be missed. You guys, I did not watch the podcast that he was doing with Boyle and Molly Walker. That stuff is going the way of the dodo. I mean, that is not going to be around anymore. What are facts anyway? Everything's opinion based now. I mean, people want to watch podcasts. They watch our podcast because we tell the truth. It's even in the opening of this show, Jim. You cannot bullshit a Ranger fan. First of all, we're all from the New York metropolitan area, East Coast, the majority of us.
Right.
You cannot bullshit us. Why do they continue to try to bullshit us? It's an offense to us that the organization will bullshit. We know who's good and who's not. We have all the tools in our hand.
Right.
At our hands. The old days, okay, this guy, we're getting Valery Kamensky. Look at he's the Russian Gretzky, or look at his stats. And we know the guy sucked. They overpaid for him. Now we know all this stuff. A lot of people saying that he kind of had a renaissance, Brooks, on that up in the blue seats there.
It was a good show. I enjoyed watching that too, and I started to watch a little bit of it. I guess it was today. There's a new episode, and it's their first episode since Larry Brooks died. She's a mess.
Really?
Yeah, she's a mess. She's she was very emotional about it. Apparently, they got very close. He was her mentor, and he told the article she wrote about him. He told her, like, when he first met her, he says, "You write what you want about the team, but you better show up the next day. You better be there the next day when you write something bad about it."
Right. Well, you got to show some courage even when it comes to that. Brooks and Molly were no Paulie D and Katsy.
That is true.
Their numbers are up. They went from 6 to 7. So their viewership's up. I don't think they could handle the more than two. Their charisma between those two, you can't match them. You can't add a third or a fourth. But I'm surprised. But I'm good. I'm good for Molly. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like her. I feel like there is some kind of sexism that goes on with the sports, with women. I really legit feel that like that. But in other ways, like in football, those sideline reporters, they're completely useless. They're not adding one thing.
Yeah, but that goes for the guys too.
Yeah.
They're just, that's just all, PR fed bullshit. We got to play our game. We got to do better. Whatever.
Give it a West, Maui.
Give it a West.
I saw that joker.
Come on, Maui.
He's coaching. You know that?
He's coaching the KHL.
I don't know.
I saw him giving a locker room speech. I said, "What the hell's he doing in the locker room?" He said he never goes in there.
Yeah.
Right? Remember he told, "Are you going to give a speech? It's Game 7. I don't need to go in there. I don't go in the locker room." Remember, we ripped him for that.
Right.
Why would you go in there? The worst.
I didn't even know it was the KHL because it's like the Hong Kong thing, the Tokyo Dragons or something.
The Tokyo Dragons.
I don't know, Komodo Dragons or something. And
The Yamori Giants.
I say, and this guy comes in. I start thinking Uncle Fester and all the Daffy Duck and
All the great
that,
clips.
that ridiculous COVID interview he did. Remember that thing on Zoom when he got
His
fired?
introductory. Oh yeah, Max
Yeah.
Headroom. He was like Max Headroom. He had that virtual background behind him, and his head's just kind of moving like an. That was great.
He provided a lot of laughs, I gotta say.
Why do you keep staring at me?
Go on. With the sniffing and all that stuff.
You're right. Chuckles. The
The joke. The
I
chuckle
can't.
on
I can't.
that picture of him up at the podium you had.
Oh, dude, this
I miss those days when you could laugh. I mean, the sniffs. He was much more fun than Laviolette. Laviolette, when he wore that one fucking getup that made him look like he was like an admiral or something. Yeah. Oh, Solomon, I just like he looks like he's always like he's crackpots. So
funny
many
thing happened on the way to the Stanley Cup, folks.
Got a Blake Wheeler.
How many of you Ranger fans are from out of town?
How many dog people and cat people?
Anyway.
Oh, God, man. I got to tell you, thank God I can laugh. What do you think about this coach so far? What's your assessment of Mike Sullivan?
He's done an admirable job with the defense. But, look, he was handed a horrible roster. Maybe horrible is too strong word. He wasn't handed the best of rosters. He was handed a mediocre roster. And I'm sorry, but that's on the GM.
And a lot of the veteran players that he has are they've already peaked.
Oh, like they're aging.
They're aging. Like Vinny Trocheck's already had his best season. Panarin is on his way out. You got, he doesn't have the. I think he's doing the best he can so far. And somebody did mention it earlier. The Rangers actually got a goal with the goal he pulled last night.
Yeah, and I meant to ask the chat, did anybody see when the last time they did that was? Because I figured somebody would have that stat somewhere on Twitter or somewhere, but I never did come across it. But I wasn't able to I wasn't able to look at social media. So if anybody happened to see when the last time the Rangers scored a goal when the goalie pulled, I would like to know. Yeah, there was another question I wanted to ask you. This has been in the back of my mind for a couple of weeks, and I just kept forgetting to get to it. And trying to do a little housekeeping and catch up tonight. A couple of weeks ago, back on November 16th, the Rangers played the Red Wings at the Garden, and it was a centennial night for both teams, and both teams were in dark jerseys. How did you feel about this? Because this seems to have generated a lot of buzz. And the NHL supposedly is now leaning towards pushing teams to have dark versus dark jersey nights. How did you like this look with the Rangers in their centennial and Detroit's in their centennials? And Detroit's centennials are almost as good as the Rangers, by the way. They're really nice looking.
I like them both. I do not have an issue with this. I figured, okay, the Rangers, it is dark, as opposed to the white. But I mean, no, I like it. It's the light blue. I think it's a good look. Look at those. As far as colors go, I really like what's going on there.
I mean, obviously, I have almost no way of knowing this, but it's probably the first. I was thinking that when had this ever happened before, and it probably hadn't happened since the 50s. Maybe for the Rangers, because for in the 60s was when they introduced the white jerseys and they wore those at home. So it probably hadn't happened on garden ice, I'm guessing, since the 50s.
Wow.
That's just my guess.
Chris Demeat is saying that he thought the Classics for Detroit are way better than the Rangers. What can you get a picture of the Classic Detroit? Because I don't remember too much of this game, what they look like. And I will be the official tiebreaker of your opinions. Let's see.
Is that it? What is that?
That looks.
Hold on.
And you'll have to. Again, I'm not a jersey guy.
Hold on. Let me get a better picture of it here.
There they are. Yeah. All right. So what again? Okay, I see. I like the captain thing's a triangle there. Okay.
Right. The leather patch, the brown gloves.
What is so classic about this? The lines?
I think it's the colors. I think I think that's. I believe the white is a more of a cream color. I don't think it's a true white, and I think combined with the brown gloves and the captain's patch,
okay, now I'm getting it.
I still think ours are better.
I like ours, but have we won with ours? I don't think so.
Not sure. Is winning really important?
No, not when you look good.
Right.
It's better to look good than feel good.
Right.
Wow.
I'm a big fan of the Centennial jersey, and I'm usually anti.
Yes,
I'm usually anti. I didn't like the last the Stadium Series jerseys until I saw them on the ice, and then I had to have one. The big NYR, those I really like those. Plus, they beat the Islanders in them, so in stirring, dramatic, heartbreaking if you're an Islander fan fashion.
Yes. Wasn't that when who was it?
Well, they used to lose every night in the Heritage jerseys too.
Yeah.
When they had the Heritage jerseys, I felt like they always lost in those too, and they always lost in the white Liberties and the blue Liberties.
It's so funny how, like, I feel like hockey jerseys have such a personal. I don't know, like no one gives a shit about baseball jerseys, right? They change them like every other week, don't they, nowadays? And nobody, I don't know. Football, I guess, too, but I don't know. I feel like hockey jerseys are really special. Because
I feel like I feel like people care about baseball jerseys and football jerseys, but I feel like hockey jerseys are the most divisive. Like there are a lot of hockey jerseys that people just absolutely love or absolutely hate. Like I always liked the Blues jerseys that they wore last week. I think those are beautiful. Those blue jerseys that they wear, those are really nice. I always liked the Sabres jerseys. I always thought they're old ones, that they've gone back to wearing now.
Blue and gold.
Right. They're blue and golds. I like the Kraken's road jerseys, the white ones. I like those. I think those are pretty nice.
Do you like the Hurricanes jersey?
They are. I don't like their name. I don't like
their logo. Their logo is terrible.
And so I think because I don't like the name. I don't know.
I don't like black. I'm not a big black on black guy. I don't know. I think it was novel at one time, but
I like those Blackhawks jerseys, but the red ones are classic.
Right.
The red Blackhawks jerseys, those are iconic. See, I think all the original 6 jerseys, and I know you don't want to talk about the original 6, but I feel like all the original 6 teams are up here, and then you list everybody next. That's how it is. I think all the original 6 teams, they are the top 6 in the league, and then you start talking about, okay, who else Who else looks good?
I wonder if that's a product of us, seeing those jerseys so much, and this, I don't know, the feeling it gave us when we played those teams, as opposed to maybe somebody's only been following the game for like the last 20 years.
I just think they're all great looks, and there's a reason why, predominantly they've all stayed the same for 100 years. I mean, really, how much, even, the Rangers, Red Wings, Canadians, Maple Leafs, Blackhawks, I mean, yeah, the Maple Leafs have done some tweaks to the leaf and tweaks to the colors and the stripe, but overall, they all pretty much wear mostly the same jerseys they wore 100 years ago. The Bruins at the spoked wheel, and the Red Wings with the wing, and mostly there's been some tweaks over the years. And yes, the Rangers went with the pajama jerseys, which I love too. But again, I'm in the minority. Most people hate those jerseys. I love them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another jersey I love that most people don't like is the Ducks jerseys.
The orange one?
Yes.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I like that.
I like the road jersey.
Yes.
I'll show you.
I don't mind them. I certainly like them better than the old one with the.
And most people do not like this jersey. And I'm gonna hold on. I gotta blow this up.
I like it better with the orange, the orange one.
I think they're pretty cool looking, but most people.
That logo's got to go. That logo looks like.
I think the logo looks a lot better with orange.
It.
I think the logo looks a lot better with orange and white than it did with purple and green and whatever the hell else they had.
Yeah. That you're right there. You're definitely correct with that. I believe. I agree.
I'm not crazy about the Vegas yellow jerseys, but I do like their white jerseys.
I don't mind the yellow jerseys. I remember when Nashville, they wear those kind of like pukey, horrible color. But I did like me some LA Kings all in gold and purple.
Gold and purple, yep.
It's interesting. It's almost like, football, college football, pro football, and hockey seem to be all about like jersey mania.
Right. Yeah. And I just think hockey's the most divisive.
Wow. They've been liking the old Pens with Pittsburgh going diagonal down. I remember those.
The only Penguins. See, I like the Penguins, the light blue jerseys that they've worn.
Yeah.
Those were nice jerseys.
And they went to the black and yellow, like I remember, and like the Lemieux years.
Yeah.
80s, early 80s.
Early 80s, yeah.
Over, yeah. And everybody keeps screaming for the Rangers to go with the New York at home. Was it at home or on the road? On the road, I think.
Well, if they go back to wearing white at home, I would want them to wear the old style New York jerseys on the road. But I don't think they're going back to white at home anytime soon. I don't know why teams don't have a choice. Why does the NHL get to mandate what you wear at home?
Yeah, you should be able to wear whatever you want.
Right.
The mandates. So it's funny, and you see sometimes I'll watch these old videos and I'm like, wow. I said that a lot of times they were very simple. The old jerseys, like the original 6, are fairly simple and direct.
Right.
You don't need no cockamamie fonts and all this stuff.
Right.
It's an interesting thing. People get into jerseys and stuff. But what do the Rangers have upcoming, Jim? They got Ottawa
tomorrow, Colorado Saturday afternoon, and then Vegas Sunday night. So you're getting a full slate of hockey this week.
Colorado's going to be rough. Colorado's going to be a tough.
And you know how awesome those 12:30 afternoon games are on Saturday.
Oh,
you know how life. By the way, speaking of Madison Square Garden, I just have to congratulate you. If you missed it last night, Eddie was on MSG Network during the second intermission. They honored him for his massive contribution to the Garden of Dreams. Sir, I mean, really, I'm going to put my hat on, my Met hat, just to take it off to you.
Thank you, sir.
I
have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll also tip my
Garden of Dreams was last night, and your contribution, those kids, Just
What is
Eddie's kids.
I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't know what they do with that money. I've said it before. Give it back to the fans. Put some people out there that they can shake hands with and take a picture and a selfie with. But somebody relative.
As soon as they announce it's Garden of Dreams night, our game thread, everybody says, oh, it's Eddie's favorite night.
I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't know what it does. Like, I know it helps poor people and some disabled. But Mary Lou Bozak got a scholarship through Garden of Dreams. Who's she related to? Like, I don't know what they're doing here. Hockey in Harlem. Boy, that's really worked out. A lot of players coming from Harlem. Like, all this bullshit. I feel it's all underhanded.
The Garden of Dreams may as well be the Human Fund or the Madoff organization.
That's the way I look at it.
Wow.
I mean, I know they do some good with the kids with the cancer and all that. That's awesome. But there's a lot of stuff I don't know. Maybe we got to have the rep of the Garden of Dreams. What do you do at the Human Fund? Why don't you take all this money that you're making from every sponsor for everything and give it back to the season ticket holders and the feds? What about Rangers Town? Now, when the Rangers used to do that in the playoffs, I loved that. I would go into the city just for that.
Right.
Why can't we have that all year round? Have players? Listen, nobody cares. I'm going to
no money in it. No money in it.
We talked about this the last show. When's enough money? How much are you going to bilk? Like, it's just like, it's an insane amount of, I guess I'm just a pie in the sky, just a little goodwill. I mean, you're going to hammer every Ranger fan and every tourist for every dime. Can't you just throw us some crumbs? Throw us crumbs. And also get people that no one knows who the fuck Pete Stemkowski is. Other than us here, no 14-year-old kid knows who Ron Greshner is. Steph Mateau, I'll even go out on a limb. They don't know who he is. Get some current players to actually interact. This happens in other markets, by the way. Here, you get paid $10 million. You never have to meet a fan unless you know where they come in the beginning of the game. Make people happy. Make the fans feel like they're valued. But I hear what you're saying, and we all know the facts of life. They're going to give you the arm to the day you fucking die, and they're just going to keep until people stop coming, which doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. They offer these ticket plans and this and that, but it's never going to stop happening. People are addicted to it. They're addicted to the experience, even though it's impossible to go to games on a regular basis. I was speaking of season ticket holders, I was surprised that our boy, what's his name? Is it Mike White? What's the guy's name? Michael Smith. Michael Smith. He's a season ticket guy?
Yeah.
God bless you, Michael. Because, he goes to like every game. He's not a guy who's selling tickets, I don't think. He's always at the Molly Wee with Larry.
Yeah, he's always hanging out.
Anybody talk to Larry, Dancing Larry?
I haven't talked to Larry since the last time I went to a game.
Yeah.
We always go when we. I mean, the few games that we've gone to, we always go to the Molly Wee to say hello to Larry. I like Larry.
Larry's all right.
Larry's okay. He's a good dude.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I almost wish that I rooted for a small market team because they do so much. What do you Ron Greshner's alimony is going to be paid with the Garden of Dreams? Oh,
and he can't speak to that. There's detente.
Yeah, I can't. There's a detente. Although I saw that Margaret is doesn't like Greshner. He's a misogynist, Sam.
Yes, that's what she said.
They got those misogynist tables on their aircraft, Joe. Birthed out of a couch, Larry. You remember that commercial?
Oh, that commercial was so creepy.
Cafe 31 is no longer there anymore. Yeah, Cafe 31, which was a good place if you were going to the garden. It was a good meeting spot. All right. I think that's it, Jim. I think that's all I've got. I can't do no more. My voice is starting to get a little cracky.
Keep an eye on the if you're in the Facebook group. I've got all the pictures from the viewing party. I've posted some. There are 412 pictures that the McHale's photographer took at all of our viewing party. So and they're really good. He did a nice job. He got a lot of really cool pictures of all of us. Really, even Pete Bernstein.
Mike Smith, Margaret is the guy with the white hair. Yeah. He took some really good pictures. I mean, he took a lot of pictures. 400 pictures is a lot.
412 pictures, yeah.
But a lot of it caught us some really good spontaneous moments that really captured the vibe of the whole event.
Yeah.
So, and the Rangers won, and listen. Hopefully the Rangers can pull some surprises and beat some good teams this week. You know, Colorado and Vegas. That would be feathers in their cap.
They get 2 out of 3 of the 2. If they find a way to get 2 out of these next 3, maybe I could start getting a little
weird
optimism.
face do I have?
Well, you're calling out numbers. That's a cool picture, though.
Oh yeah. What was I saying? I kept saying something. I forgot. There was one word I was saying before every drawing. I remember people like, why does he keep saying this?
I don't remember now.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll look at the thing, and I'll post that picture on my profile or something.
I'll send you some of these on Facebook so you can look at them.
There's a great Pete Bernstein behind me.
Right.
Oh boy. I gotta tell you, that guy is
They won despite him being there. You know, every Ranger fan that knows him thinks he's like the worst luck.
I think he promotes that he's worse. He embraces it and promotes it, but I don't really feel he has any effect on the game.
It's a nice picture of the these are some of the consiglieres of the Blue Shirt Underground right here. With Costa. They are the consiglieres. I mean, you got to go through these guys to get to get anything done.
They're the young guns.
Hey.
Yeah. Yep. And Costa. Those 4 are the other. You're right. The consiglieres of the Ranger fandom.
Oh, it's all.
So I wonder what they were talking about at that point.
You're there. This is high level meetings right here.
But Doug's got
Bobby Q Sauce is getting rave reviews in the chat room, man. I'm telling you, they are the best sauces. Had some with dinner tonight.
I've been having them with burritos. I like the vinegar-based one.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like North Carolina, I think it's called, or something like that. Yeah, very good.
There was a great. Speaking of the great Bobby Giles, there's a really good picture of him, and him and Kieran, the bartender. But I can't find it like off the top of my head here. I mean, this is it's a huge folder of pictures. Oh, there's Bobby. There's Bobby on the right, but there's one where he's talking. Is it this one? Maybe he's talking.
He looks like what you call it.
Oh no, that's not it. Oh, here it. Wait, I found it. Here it is. I like this one. It looks. I like this. It looks like Kieran's trying to cut off Bobby right here, and Bobby's trying to argue his way into just one more drink.
Bobby from that side profile looks like the pretty woman's brother. What's her name?
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts. And that other picture, he looks more like Eric Roberts. Go to the previous picture.
Oh, okay. But so And Bobby Giles keeps texting me, telling me that sales are up for the sauce.
Good.
And he's crediting us.
Very good. He told me how he makes the sauce. It's all homemade. He says it's a labor of love for him, and I'm glad it's working out.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes, he's sending missiles to boats to $25 with shipping. Too rich for you? That's a lot. $25. I don't know. But, well, Margaret, I always could pick some up for you next viewing party and send it to you. I will go the extra mile. Jim, Chadwick's back with Julia Roberts now.
I'm sure he's been there.
Bill, I think
you get free shipping if you spend $75. You stock up. What can I tell you?
I will tell you, Bill. You probably
Julia Roberts.
Bill, I think you were probably with Doris Roberts, not Julia Roberts. 76. She was probably 14.
Well, he didn't say it was in 76. He just said it was in 76 and Dan to Bill. I have no doubt that Miss Roberts was of age when she spent an evening
I don't know, Bill.
with the touch of Bill Chadwick.
That's true.
The gentleness.
Yes. The tender loving of Bill Chadwick. Wow. All right. I think it's time for us to go if I'm starting to talk about the romantic habits of a dead referee. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program. I want to say, let's go Rangers. It's been fun. I always love interacting with you and always enjoy my time with my co-host, Jim Spielberg. Once again, set this lovely thing up for me to jump on 1 minute before airtime.
Hour and a half of commercial-free entertainment. We talked about everything. We said it all.
Baseball, football, hockey,
jerseys, dead writers, live writers.
Eddie Mio, Chadwick's sexual.
What a Ranger podcast to talk about Eddie Mio. None. And there's 1,000 of them.
That's right. There's 1 million podcasts now.
We love you guys. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. And we will see you soon. Eddie, always a pleasure.
Take care, Jim.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.